Okay, so in next few sessions, we will learn about the content marketing. So what is content marketing actually means? So content marketing is basically a process of planning, creating, distributing, sharing, and publishing the content to reach your target audiences. Whether you are creating a video or you are creating a poster or you are writing a blog, the process of planning and creating it and distributing it and sharing it and then publishing it is a part of content marketing. And content marketing will not help you to just create brand awareness, it will also help you to reach to your targeted audiences, to interact or engage with your audiences, and it will also help you to create the brand loyalty. That's why content marketing is so important in digital marketing. Any marketing campaign you are running right now, whether you are running a paid advertising campaign on Facebook or Google, or you are running an organic marketing campaign by writing a blog or creating a video or reel for Instagram or YouTube, it is not possible without content marketing. Content marketing is a backbone of any marketing campaign, whether you are running it for traditional marketing or digital marketing. And content can be anything. It can be a blog or article, it can be a video, it can be a poster, it can be an infographic, it can be a audio. So content can be anything. So choosing the right format of content for your business, choosing the right channel to publish that content, creating the content which engage your website visitors and your potential customer, creating the content which answers the question of a searcher, or creating the content which encourage your website visitor to take action on your blog or website. And that action can be anything, by liking, sharing, commenting, or buying a product from your website. So that all things depend upon the content. I give you another example of the benefit of content of marketing is that we ran two different kind of marketing campaigns, paid marketing campaign on Facebook. One marketing campaign was with simple image, with simple elements was added with that image, added was with the image. There was a headline, a normal headline, 2 to 3 lines of caption, and the engagement we receive and the cost of receive was high as compared to the other content we have published on the internet with a really good engaging image or a poster, plus with a catchy headline or a copyright or sales copy headline with a really catchy caption. So content or the engagement on the second content was higher as compared to the first one. So really good content, a content which is engaging, a content which is answering the questions of a searcher, can bring down your cost per result. It can increase your impression, it can increase your sales. So when in next coming days, when we run a marketing campaign on a Google ads or maybe on a Facebook ads, they will show us an estimate कि on 100 rupees you will reach around 1000 to 5000 people. So that reach of 1000 to 5000 people, it totally depend upon the type of content you are publishing. If your content is really good, you will get a reach of 5000 plus. If your content is average, you will get a reach of 2000 around. If your content is below average, you will get a reach of less than 1000 or 1000. So the content will decide what will be the cost of result, and that really matters for the companies, those who are generating leads or selling a product. For example, you are running advertisement for let's say travel package. You are running advertisement, and your cost per lead is 40 rupees per lead. But if you create a really good engaging content, if you work on your content, and the work means the planning or executing part, you can bring down your cost per lead around 15 or 20 or 18 rupees. So that is the power of content. You can half your marketing budget when you create a really good engaging content. That's why companies are paying lots of money to those who are creative and those who can create engaging content. copywriters, content writers. And content writing, it's not all about, or content marketing is not all about just writing. There is a specific path you have to follow before writing a content. Like first you will do a planning, then you will do survey, then you will create it, then you work on the channels, you will publish it, then you will analyze the result. So that is the proper way you have to follow to create a content for your channels, whether for your website or social media handles. So content marketing is a process of planning, creating, distributing, sharing, and publishing your content to reach your targeted audiences. And it can help you to create brand awareness, reach, brand loyalty, and convert your leads into a sale. So why content marketing is so important? Because of these 5 to 6 reasons. There are lots of other reasons too, but these 5 things or 6 things help you if you are really good in content marketing. Number 1, educate your leads and prospect about the product and services you offer. Whether you are writing a blog or a YouTube video or creating a content on your Instagram or Facebook channel, it's all about educating and informing your leads and your website visitor or your followers. If you check our Instagram handles on our IDM Instagram handle, you will find out every week, 2 to 3 times in a week, we upload contents which are educational, whether on the topic of how to start your business, how to create your website, how to increase your followers on Instagram. Same thing on a blogging. When we write a blog, we pick a topic like what is SEO, how you can do SEO of your website. Same on a YouTube video. So content marketing help you to educate your leads and potential customers and tell them how your product or how your services can make their life or their business or their job easy. So that's how your content can help you. It educates your leads. Also, it can tell your customer that the benefits of your product and how your product can help them. Boost conversion. So the leads we are generating on our website, on our social media handles, or we are selling product directly from our website. Content can help us to sell it. For example, we are publishing lots of content on our social media handles about the importance of digital marketing and how digital marketing can help us to generate more revenues for small business owners or small entrepreneurs. So when we share these contents regularly on our social media handles, once in a while, in a day, or maybe twice a day, or maybe 3 or 4 times in a week, we receive messages from small business owners and entrepreneurs, and they ask us to help them in their business to grow their revenue. So we are educating our leads, our followers. In return, we are getting conversions, we are getting sales from our content. So that you can also try from your social media handles or from your website or from your other channels. While educating your leads and your website visitors, you can also boost conversions. The third one is build a relationship between your customers and businesses that results in brand loyalty. Again, mostly the Instagram channel and the Facebook channel or the YouTube channel, we used to increase the loyalty and we create some kind of engagement campaign for those channels to engage with our audience. Whether it's about ask me anything question on Instagram or conducting any kind of poll survey on Instagram or LinkedIn or Facebook or on our blog, or sending email marketing campaigns for feedback to our potential, so for our to our old customers. So this is the relation we are creating with our customers by engaging with them. So what happened? It increase our brand loyalty and they come to us again for the services, whether they want to buy a product from us or they want to refer their friends or family member to us. For example, we are running an advertisement for a company and we are engaging with our audiences regularly. The same person comes with 2 or 3 clients. They refer us those clients to us. So engaging with your audience is really important. what is the problem with a lot of digital marketers or those who are learning digital marketing? They are learning digital marketing only for the revenue purposes. When they need revenue, they are running advertisement. When they need some kind of engagement, they are posting content on social media. Other time, they are not doing anything. Marketing is not that. You have to be publishing content or engaging with the audience throughout, every single day, maybe twice a day, maybe 3 or 4 times in a week. You have to build relationship with your customer, whether they are your old customer or they are potential customers, whether you are engaging with them with the help of social media handles or by sending them email marketing camp. It's really important to engage with your audience because it builds brand loyalty. It also bring business to you. It build conversion to you. Build conversion to your business too. Now the fourth point is show your audience how your product and services solve their challenges. Whenever we write a blog or create a video, on that content part, we clearly mention that whether it's a 1 paragraph or 2 paragraph, or maybe last part of the video and the mid part of the video, we clearly mention that how can our product solve their challenges they are facing in their businesses or in their life. For example, as a digital marketing agency, when we create our content, so we always focus on that we add some kind of content focusing on that how we can grow your business, how we can help you to generate more leads, how we can help you to generate more reach or more sale for your product or for your company. So that part you all have to cover into the content marketing. The last one is create a sense of community around your brand. It's nothing that better than creating a sense of community around your brand if you are doing content marketing, whether it's about the brand visibility, brand loyalty, or the product you are selling to your customer. Content marketing will help you to achieve all those six things, whether it's about education in your leads, conversion, building relationship, solving your audience problems, or building the community. Now, content marketing, you know what is content marketing is, what are the important content marketing, or what are the different type of content you know content are text based, image based, or audio based, but content marketing is different. What are the channels we use in content marketing decide the types of content marketing. So there are more content marketing types, but the most famous are the six type of content marketing: social media content marketing, infographic content marketing, blog content marketing, podcast content marketing, video content marketing, and paid content marketing. And few of these content marketing will help you to generate backlinks and help you to work in the off-page SEO, because content marketing is a part of off-page SEO. Whether it is an infographic content marketing or a blog content marketing or podcast content marketing, that will help you to generate backlinks or do off-page SEO of your website or a blog too. So these are the 6 types of famous content marketing you should focus on. Now, number 1 is social media content marketing. So on a social media, we have a channels like Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Snapchat. And why social media content marketing is so important? Because of the number of the users they have. 3.6 billion global social media users. And what is the population of the world? Around 7.2 billion. That means half of the population of the world is active on social media, whether they are using Facebook, LinkedIn, or Twitter. Out of 2, 1% is using social media handles. And you can use social media handles to upload photos, videos, pre-recorded videos, or nowadays with these stories are available on Snapchat, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, Facebook, even in LinkedIn too. You can use that type of content to engage with your audience. And the example for that is website like Myntra or Amazon or H&M, Zara, or other type of fashion website or luxury website or hotel website. Or they have their social media channels and they are creating content on their social media channels. And when you are creating on a content on social media channels, you have to be more focused on the visual content. because social media encourage or give you a reach on the visual content, whether it's a reel, story, video, or a poster. And to create a social media content marketing strategy, what you can do, you can follow a social media calendar. Social media calendar is a calendar which we follow every day, 7 days in a week. We pick a time. On that time, we will upload a content on that topic. On that time, we will upload content on that topic. On Sunday, there will be a vacation content. On Monday, there will be a motivation content. On Tuesday, there will be a story. On Wednesday, there will be a promotion of our product. On Thursday, there will be a review from our clients. On Friday, maybe there is some kind of a webinar, or maybe ask me anything question, or maybe Instagram live. So you will create these kind of social media calendars. And there are applications available, HubSpot or Canva or Facebook Business Suite, Buffer, Hotsuite, which allow you to create these kind of social media calendar. They social media calendar help you to engage with your audience and post regularly on social media handles. You can create bulks of contents one day, and you can schedule your post according to the social media calendars. So engaging with your audience with the help of content marketing, social media content marketing is really important. Using those channels because of the base they have, 3.6 billion users. It's not a small number. You can generate lots of website traffic from the social media handle. If I show you my website, you will find out that 7,000 website traffic I am generating only from Instagram. 60% of my website traffic coming from Instagram only, because we are using Instagram effectively by following a social media calendar, updating the content regularly, whether it's a story or reel or a normal video or image that you have to do. When you are creating a content for social media, follow a social media calendar.
Sir, could you please repeat the names of that social media calendars?
Yeah, see, you can create your social media calendar on your own. Open your Excel sheet or spreadsheet and make one column Monday to Sunday and another column by time, 12 to 3, 3 to 5, or 5 to 7. You can create your own social media calendar. If you don't know how to create it, then there are companies like Hotsuite, HubSpot, Canva.com, Business Suite. I will send you some social media calendar on the WhatsApp group. You can check those social media calendar and you can create your own calendar too. The reason of creating a social media calendar is that you post content regularly. If you are not posting the content regularly, if you are not engaging with your audience regularly on social media handles, what will happen? Your reach, your impression will go down. Also, your followers will start unfollowing you, and the website traffic you are generating will be less. We are working a lot on our social media handle of Instagram, and we are generating around 7,000 website visitors only from Instagram, and around 1 lakh of sale organically from Instagram, whether it's for digital marketing agency or for our courses, because they show our post on our Instagram. After seeing our post on Instagram, they comment, or maybe they DM us on Instagram, and then they convert into a sale. So that you have to do. You can't do a business only thinking about that now I need a lead and now I will post it. No. If you don't need a lead, if you are don't have money right now or marketing, but still you have to work on your organically on your social media channel. Keep posting it, keep creating it. It can be hectic, posting 1 or 2 content daily. That's why social media handles and schedule your post option is available. Create your thousands of or hundreds of material one day and schedule your post for every single day. Now, the second type of content marketing is infographic content marketing. Now, infographic content marketing or infographic part came to a off-page SEO too. Infographic, survey, research papers. Because infographic is also a great way of working on the off-page SEO of your blog and website. Same thing, infographic content marketing help you to generate leads or engage with your audiences. So what is infographic actually means? So infographic display content information into easy to understand way. So there are lots of complex things we can't understand, like GST. How GST charge, how GST collects taxes, how GST refund taxes, like AI, artificial intelligence, or cloud computing, or cloud storage. These kind of things we can't understand. So infographic help us to understand complex information into easy to understand way with the help of text, images, or some kind of other content. So you can use infographics to make your content to reach to higher audiences, to reach to a targeted audience, to higher numbers of audiences. For example, when we present a presentation to any company and we target them for digital marketing contract and we want them to they invest in digital marketing, we prepare this infographic presentation where we add lots of pie chart, bars, or arrows or other type of content to show them ki how much companies are spending, how much you are generating, lots of analytic data to easy to understand. So that how you can, that kind of information you can also use in your content plan, whether you are writing a blog or in your website or in your YouTube channel, like a salary insight. When we are writing blog on the future of digital marketing, we created a infographics on salary insight, how your salary will grow over the years. We compare the salary package to the number of year of experience they have. So these kind of infographics you can use for your content marketing creation. Let's say you are running advertisement for a product like IBM Cloud Marketplace. So, and your targeted audiences are the small business owners and the customers. So they will not able to understand what cloud marketplace actually means. So you can use these kind of infographics to tell your story, to tell your product story to them, so they can understand it easily. And if they understand it easily, they will convert into a sale. The second type of content marketing is infographic content marketing, and that is used a lot by digital marketers these days, using these kind of creative elements in your content. Or again, if you run advertisement, so you may not have run advertisement on a Facebook or Google, but I have run advertisement around 1 crore or 2 crore in my 10 years of history. And in my personal experience, if I use these kind of elements in the image and video, these kind of information, infographic elements in the videos or posters, they drive engagement. They drive more engagement to the content. The lead of the cost per lead, the cost per acquisition, cost per result decrease every time we use infographics to our content, because we are making it easier to understand. Now, the third type of content, which is really popular, and you all know, that is blogging. Blogging is an inbound marketing. It's not an outbound marketing. Outbound marketing means when you are cold calling or cold emailing your potential customers. Inbound marketing when they are coming to you. And blogging is the most powerful tool of inbound marketing. And you can use blog to promote your internal content or your external content by the articles or links or social media share button. For example, if we are a digital marketing agency or if we are a digital marketing institute, we are writing a lot of blog about digital marketing education on how to do digital marketing on their projects. So whenever they read our blog, after reading the blog, they find the blog interesting, they interact with us and enroll our services or book our courses. So whether it's digital marketing or any other business you are doing, blogging is an important part. So you can use blog as an information, education purpose, as well as you can use your blog, a small section of your blog, 5 to 10% section of your blog, for promotion part, whether you are promoting your product or you are promoting someone else's product. If you are promoting someone else's product, you are doing affiliate marketing. If you are promoting your product, you are generating revenue. Also, you are creating backlink or internal link for your website. An example is the Expedia.com website. It's a travel website. They write blogs on traveling, and their blog name is Out There Start Here, and they give recommendation on traveling, whether the fare prices or the hotel prices or the package prices. They compare everything and they give recommendation on everything, and they have a lots of website traffic there. So they are generating sale for their own company because they are also a portal where you can book their travel packages. Also, they are generating leads for other businesses too. So the blogging is also an important part of content marketing. Now, after blogging, another important part of content marketing, podcast content marketing. Again, podcast content marketing, blogging, both are also a part of off-page SEO too. So they will help you into off-page SEO too. So you have to work on these things too. So podcast, you all know what is podcast is. Every platform right now is providing the podcast, whether it's a Google podcast, Apple podcast, Ghana.com podcast, or Amazon podcast. And right now, according to a survey in 2022, 49% people in the age group of 12 to 32 in the urban cities have listened the podcast in last 1 month. That is the growth of podcast right now. In the last 6 months, for last 1 month, they have listened podcast around 49%. And many businesses and media outlets have begun creating those podcasts, whether they are some kind of influencers or they are some kind of business owner, they are using podcasts. And it's available on Ghana.com. You can go traveling there on that podcast. And they are using this podcast channel to promote their website and generating leads and conversion for their business. So it's another part of content marketing. It's not famous as compared to social media marketing or blog content marketing, but it's also evolving. And you can see on the numbers, 49% in the age group of 12 to 32. Now the video content marketing, another famous one. Because video are more engaging as compared to the audio or image formats. And according to a survey by Vijol, 69% consumers say that they prefer a product after watching a video. That's why within the last 2 years, you will find a change on the e-commerce website that when they are selling any product on e-commerce platform, the last they are uploading a video. They have image of the product, but they also uploading a video of their product too. They start doing it after 2018. Now Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra, every single platform, they are uploading product images, but also they are uploading product video because video are more engaging. Or it's not about the videos on the e-commerce platform, video on the advertisement too. The revenue generated by YouTube is higher as compared to the generated by other Google services. We run Google advertisement on SEO or emails, but only YouTube generate 70 to 80% higher revenue as compared to the other Google channel generate revenue. The advertisement on a YouTube channel, because they are video-based advertisement. And video-based advertisement can increase your conversion, return of investment, and you can also build your relationship with your customers. And YouTube advertisements are the example of that. You will find the advertisement 10 to 15 second advertisement on a YouTube channel whenever you watch a video, and they are really engaging advertisement. And the last one is the paid content marketing, which you will do in next coming weeks because we will gonna run advertisement on Google Ads. So what actually a paid content marketing advertisement is that when we use our website content and promote it on a channel, whether by PPC, pay-per-click or running the advertisement on a Facebook, on Instagram. That is the example of paid content marketing. If you type something like t-shirt on Google, you will see a column on the right hand side like this. Ad will be written here, and all the images of the product will be here with their price and description. This is an example of paid advertising. The paid advertising, you can target a broader audiences, and you can target it someone who are actually looking for your product. And you can use this paid advertising on social media channels like Facebook, on Instagram, or landing pages, or banners, or sponsored ad, or a display contents on third-party application like Truecaller or PUBG, or other type of application you are using on a mobile devices. So these are the 6 main type of content marketing. Social media marketing, which is really famous. Blog content marketing, another famous. And paid content marketing, another famous. And video content marketing, another famous. Other two are not so much famous, infographic and podcast. But they are evolving. Companies are also trying these because not everyone is trying those content, infographic and podcast. So there is a certain kind of opportunity for small businesses to beat their competitors because they are not using podcast and infographic right now. They are more focused on paid advertising and video content. So these are the 6 type of content you should know. Now, let's say you pick one content and that content is social media marketing. And it's not like that. After picking the content, you will start publishing it. You have to create a content marketing strategy. You have to understand the buyer persona. You have to set some type of goals. You have to measure your success, and then you will publish your content. So to create a perfect content marketing strategy, there is 7 points you have to follow. Number 1 is set smart goals. Second one is determine your KPIs. Third one is choose your content channel. Number 4th is decide on the type of content. Number 5th is set your budget. Number 6th is create and distribute the content. And number 7 is analyze and measure the result. So let's start with the number 1, set your goals. So every time we are publishing content on any single platform, we have a certain kind of motive, certain kind of goal for doing that. For example, if I'm publishing content on our Instagram handle of Institute of Digital Marketing, so my goal is generating followers on my Instagram channel, getting reach on the post I am uploading, getting likes, shares, and comment from the followers, getting direct messages from the interested parties, those who want to learn digital marketing or those who want to boost their business from digital marketing. So every business have a different goal. Let's say you have a travel page. So what is your goal is to generate revenue. Maybe if you have a blog, so you have a goal of generating website visitor. If you have an e-commerce website, then you have a goal of selling your product on an e-commerce website. So before publishing your content on any social media handle, you have to set a goal. And goal can be like improve brand awareness, boost revenue, improve conversion, improve brand loyalty, and increase customer engagement. So there are other type of goals also. It depends upon your business, like getting followers, getting likes, creating viral campaign, generating website visitor. So goal can be anything. So pick 1, 2, 3, as much as goal you want to, but at least pick a goal, because that goal will help you to analyze your result at the end of a content marketing campaign. So pick a goal for your content marketing campaign. Then the second will be determining the KPI. KPI term you will be used a lot in the digital marketing. When you will get a job in digital marketing, you will use this term a lot. KPI, key performance indicator. KPI is a term to measure the performance of your content. So every goal have a KPI. Let's say your goal is brand awareness. So what will be your KPI? How you will measure your success with the KPI? So if your goal is brand awareness, then your KPI will be site traffic, social media followers, subscription. That means the email ID. You are those who are subscribing for your email list. That is subscription signups. Mention. That means those who are mentioning your social media handles or those who are mentioning your website URL on their blogs or social media handles. So if your goal is brand awareness, then your KPI is site traffic, social media followers. It can be like likes, followers, or subscriptions or mentions. If your goal is revenue, that means generating money, then what will be the KPI indicator? Your KPI indicator will be daily sale or site traffic. Daily sale, that means how much sale you are making from your product or services, and site traffic, the website visitor you are getting, because website visitor also important, because website visitor also help you to generate revenue, because with the help of the website visitor you can join any affiliate marketer program, you can earn money with the help of monetizing your website with the help of Google Ads. So it covered into a revenue part. Now the conversion part. What is conversion? Conversion can be anything. Conversion can be something like that someone purchase an item from your website, or conversion can be like someone visit your website and fill their details, their name, phone number, email ID, or someone downloaded something from your website, or someone takes some kind of action from your website. So conversion can be anything. To measure that conversion KPI, what are the related terms are conversion rate. That means how many are converting. And that will be calculated by the total number of website visitors, and it will be divided by those who take a certain kind of action on your website. Let's say 1,000 people visit your website, only 10 people buy a product from your website. So your conversion rate be 10 divided by 1,000. Shopping cart abandon rate. So lots of the time what happen when especially in the e-commerce website, people visit the website, add the product into the cart, but after adding the product into the cart, they don't buy it. Or some cases, they go to the payment page, make a payment, but because it's an online payment, sometimes payment get failed. So that means it's a shopping cart abandonment. So that shopping cart abandonment you can also calculate. How you will calculate? Number of people who add the product into the cart divided by number of people who actually buy the product from your cart. So you can also calculate the abandoned cart rate. It also comes into the conversion. Associated shipping rate trends, comparative price trends. A lot of things you can also use as a KPI in the conversion part, whether it's the shipping rates or competitive price trends. So when you are picking a goal, also you have to pick a related KPI with that goal. Now, other goal is brand loyalty. If you want to measure the brand loyalty, how you will measure your brand loyalty? The brand loyalty will be measured by the returning customers. So when you go to Google Analytics tool or the Wix website tool, there will be a column, and that column will be unique visitors or returning visitors. The returning visitor will be the brand loyalty. It will come into the brand loyalty. Or the referrals. That means those who have mentioned your website on their blogs or social media handles, and you are getting a traffic from that website. That will also come into the brand loyalty. So if your marketing campaign is brand loyalty, how you will measure it? By number of returning customers, promoters, product reviews, or referrals. Customer engagement. If your marketing campaign is customer engagement, so how you will measure your success? With the help of like, share, follows, comment, mention, or backlinks. Rapport and trust, again, by returning customers, promoters, followers, mentions, or reviews. Strategic partners, that means new partners you are making in your business. Those who are mentioning you, whether they are your competitors or those who are creating a backlinks for you. They are your new partners. So these are the few SMART goals, and they are related to their KPIs. So first you pick a SMART goal for your marketing campaign, and then to measure your goal success, you will pick a related KPI. So let's say my marketing goal is generating or getting brand awareness, and my KPI should be site traffic and social media followers and subscription signups. If I am using brand awareness for social media, so this will be my KPI. If I am using brand awareness for my website, then this will be site traffic. If I am using brand awareness by email marketing campaign, then it will be subscription signups. So after picking the KPI, the third part is deciding the type of content, because the content format is an important part. Earlier, when we have mentioned the type of content, there were different type of content: social media content, podcast, video based, infographic. You have to pick a right content. And how you can pick a right content? When you think about your targeted audiences, what platform they are using and what kind of content they like. For example, my targeted audiences are from the age group of 18 to 30 years, and they are active on Instagram, and they are more influenced by video based or infographic based content, and they are looking for jobs and career. So my content should be focused on that. So these kind of things you have to answer, or you have to think about before choosing the right format of the content. And you have to ask few questions from yourself when you are creating the content as a point of view of a customer. What do they need from you? What challenges they are looking to overcome? What they need your product or services? Why they need your product and services? How can you help them to succeed? And where do they spend their time? Let's take an example here. Let's say I am providing digital marketing courses under the name of Institute of Digital Marketing, and I need to create a content for Instagram and Facebook advertisement. So before creating that kind of content, I need to answer a few questions. The first question is what they need from you. So I am running advertisements, so obviously they need a digital marketing course from our side. Okay, so my focus will be creating a content on my digital marketing course. Now, when someone is looking for digital marketing courses, so obviously he want to do something with that course. Maybe he want to overcome with the problem he is facing in their business of generating leads or revenue, or maybe he want to get an internship or freelancing work or part-time job, or maybe he looking to get a job in digital marketing. So the content I will create, whether it will be image, video, or headline or a caption, I will focus on the keywords, or I will focus on the element which answer the overcome or the challenges by potential audience facing, like learn how to generate good quality leads, learn how to retarget your audiences, get a guaranteed paid internship from our side, 100% placement assistance. So these kind of things I will add into my content. Then why do they need your product or service? Not everyone is 100% assured and decided that they want your product. 50 to 70% your potential customers are confused. So now you have to add some other kind of value into your content to encourage or influence them that they actually need your product. For example, in my courses, if I run advertisement on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, I add things like the package growth they will receive after learning digital marketing. Right now, they're in sales and marketing. They are getting a package of 3 lakh. After learning digital marketing, they can get a package of 5 to 6 lakh rupees. Or global certification or any other kind of things. I will add these kind of things to tell them, yeah, you actually need that product. That product will actually make your career boost for your career, or maybe make your life easy. So these kind of things you have to add in your content, and that will cover both part. whether about why they need your product and how your product can help them to succeed. And the last time is where do they spend their time. So choosing the right platform is really important. If I'm targeting 18 to 30 years, obviously I will target Instagram because mostly that population or age group of population is using Instagram channel. So answer those questions as a point of view from a student or a potential customer, and then review your answers and decide a content you want to create, whether it's a audio based or video based or text based, which platform, what will be the headlines, what will be the caption, what will be the animated element you will add into your content, so they engage with more your content, because this content will decide whether you will go to a reach of 1,000 or 5,000. Now the fourth part is choosing the content channel. There are lots of content channel available: YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, websites, mobile application. Choosing the right content channel and right placement too, it's really important. For example, if you are creating a content for social media handle, so obviously you have to choose Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn. If you are creating a content for like a video, 5 to 10 minute video, then obviously you have to choose a YouTube. If you are creating some kind of text-based content, an article, right, then you obviously go to for a LinkedIn article or WordPress or write a blog. So choosing a content channel is also important, or choosing a placement. Placement means where you want to place your advertisement. Facebook have around 9 to 10 placement like storage, messenger, video feed, in articles, mobile feed, marketplace. Instagram have 3 placement: storage, Instagram Explore, and Instagram newsfeed. So platforms are like Facebook and Instagram, and placement are like storage, newsfeed, and Instagram Explore. You have, when you are creating a content, then you have to choose a channel. You can't create a 10-minute video and choose Instagram for promotion, because you should know that Instagram don't allow 5 to 10 minute videos. Only 1.5 minute video is allowed with that. After that, you have to go to the IGTV video, or you have to choose YouTube channel. You are sharing infographic, the best way of sharing infographic through Facebook or LinkedIn. You can't share infographic on Instagram because they don't have that much kind of pixel setting there. So you need to choose a right content for right platform. Now, after picking the content, channel, KPI, and goal, now you have to set a budget. Because not every content you are publishing or running will be organic. 90% of campaign you will run be paid campaign, because organic results are really slow and you can't depend upon organic result. So before running a marketing campaign, first you have to set your budget. It can't like that, no, I will invest 500 rupees or 1,000 rupees. You have to properly think about your budget and work on that. For example, to create your content, do you need some kind of a paid subscription to apps like Canva or Adobe Photoshop to generate high quality images or videos? If you need it, that will be added into your marketing budget. If you don't need it, you can create content with unpaid subscription, then there will be no add into marketing budget. Do you need some kind of a graphic designer or a video editor to design the content for you? Or you need some kind of a content writer or copywriter for you who can write a content for you? Because that will also come into the marketing campaign budget. The third one is, do you need to pay for ad space? That means running advertisement on Facebook, Instagram, or Google, or you will do it organically. And the last one is, do you need a specific tool for analyzing the content? How your content is actually working, how much impression or leads you are generating. So that will all be come into the budget part. Again, let's say you go to the first point. Obviously, you want to design high quality content, so you need a paid subscription of Canva or Adobe Photoshop or some other kind of video editor tool, around 1,000 to 2,000 rupee paid subscription, you need it. Second, content writer or graphic designer. Not everyone is creative. Not everyone follow the trends. Not everyone is really good in content writing. So maybe you need some kind of artist or graphic designer who will design the content for you, whether text-based content or media-based content. When you are running advertisement on a Google or Facebook, you need to spend some kind of money. And the last one, to analyze traffic, you need tools like Buffer or Hotsuite to check the engagement and the analytic part of your marketing campaign, or tools like Google Analytics. Google Analytics is totally free, but other tools are paid. So that all thing will be covered into your marketing budget. So after setting the goal, KPI, content type, and content placement, you will set the budget of your content. And after that, the next thing is create and distribute your content. That means how you will create it and how you will distribute and publish the content on the social media handles or the other handles like website, YouTube, or podcast. For that, we create a social media calendar or editorial calendar. Social media calendar follow only social media channels. Editorial calendar follow blogs, YouTube channel, podcast, everything. And that's how a social media calendar look like. You can create this kind of social media calendar on your Excel sheet or spreadsheet. In near future, if someone hire you as a social media marketer, to create a social media calendar, you should know how to create these kind of social media calendar and how you should follow these kind of social media calendars. So these social media calendar will be like this. The days will be here: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and second week, third week, fourth week, and fifth week. And every week there is some kind of role assigned, that on Monday there is a holiday. On Tuesday they will post something. On Wednesday they will not post anything. On Tuesday they will post something. Friday they will post something different. Saturday they will not post anything. So that's how you have to create a social media calendar, and you have to follow it. And here on this section, you will set your goal and KPIs. What is your goal of the social media calendar? You are creating a social media calendar. What is your goal? Generating followers, or generating engagement, or generating brand loyalty? That you will mention here. So you can track the success of your marketing campaign. So creating it really simple. Create Excel sheet like this, columns and rows, and name them with the name of the day, and choose what kind of content you publish. Like our social media calendar goal like this: on Sunday, Insta Live; on Monday, motivational content; on Tuesday, some kind of meme; on Wednesday, some kind of a story; on Thursday, some kind of webinar; on Friday, ask me anything; on Saturday, maybe some kind of review from our students. So that's our social media calendar goals. And every alternate week, we follow the same thing. Same thing you have to do in your social media calendar. If you are creating an editorial calendar, then you have to add something like how many blogs you will write per week. Are you writing week every Tuesday or every Thursday? The most of the successful bloggers, they write 2 or 3 blogs regularly in a week, and they write it on the same time, same day, and they publish it at the same time. Same thing on a YouTube. How many YouTube videos you will publish? What time you will publish? What will be the duration? What will be the content type? So that will come into the editorial or content calendar. So this is all about creating and distributing content with the help of social media calendar and content calendar. There are few points left in this content marketing which we will cover tomorrow. So right now I'm just covering the 6 points. So any doubt, any question you guys have, you can ask. Actually, there is only 1 point left, so I will cover that too. So after the content creation and publishing and using the social media calendar or editorial calendar, the next part is analyzing and measuring the result. And how you will analyze the measure the result? With the help of the goal you have set on the first, with the related KPIs. Our goal was brand awareness, and our KPI was website traffic, social media followers, signups, and mentions. So with the help of those tools and with the help of those KPIs, you will find out that actually you achieve the success or not. And there are tools available to estimate that success, like Buffer, Mention, Sprout Social, Share Count, Google Analytics. You can use these tools. Some of the tools are paid, some of the tools are free. Like this is a shared count tool. Share count tool are for social media handles. Every post you follow, if you want to know how many people share it on Instagram, LinkedIn, or on their other channels, you can copy the link of your post and paste the link on the URL of share content, and you can find out. Sprout Social is some kind of a plugin or extension. You can download it on a Google extension Chrome browser, or you can download it on your WordPress website. That will tell you how many shares or mentions or reach you are generating on your social media handle. Mention is the same tool like that. You can find out about your social media handles, reach, or KPIs. Buffer is also a same tool. It will use for publishing as well as for analytic and engagement part. Google Analytics also tool, but Google Analytics used for website, not for social media handle. So these are the tools you will use for analyze and measure the success of the marketing campaign you are running. Or when you are setting a goal for your when you are setting a KPI for your goal, so it will not be like that. My goal is brand awareness and my KPI is generating engagement. It can't be like that. It should be numeric. Numeric means I will generate engagement of 2.5%. I will generate engagement of 3%. Or earlier month, I generated engagement of 1%. So you can measure your success. KPI can't be like I am generated 100 followers, so I am successful. No. When you are setting your KPI, you have to exactly set a number there, like conversion. Those who are buying products for your e-commerce website, earlier you will check your previous month conversion on Google Analytics. You will generate 2% conversion. So now the next marketing campaign you will run, your conversion will be like 3.5, 4.5, 5.5. It can be anything, but it should be a numerical. So you can measure and compare the success. Otherwise, how you will find out that you have a marketing campaign or content marketing campaign is successful or not? So whenever you are setting a goal or you are setting a related KPI, set it into a numerical number. Like how many followers I want to generate 100 followers in next 1 week. That is my goal. Then you will create content. Then you will analyze your success using those tools, and then you will find out that you actually get succeeded or not. So this is all about the content marketing tricks you have to use. Tomorrow we'll also cover some of the point of content marketing. I will also share some kind of tools with you and some kind of content marketing calendar with you, which you can follow to set your KPIs and which you can use to set your social media calendar, which you can also use in your internship and your work in your jobs. If there's someone asks you to create a social media calendar. So that's all for today. Any question you guys have, you can ask.
No,
Okay. And you have any other question?